Have you ever noticed how noisy life is? And I don't just mean sound. I mean the busyness of life, all the things that we have going, everything that's vying for our time and our resources and our energy. It just seems like it's a never-ending thing. It goes on and on and on. We really have to be intentional about slowing down and finding a quiet place and focusing on God for it to happen. It doesn't just happen naturally because there are all kinds of distractions around us. Our world is filled with noise, and so oftentimes we don't even notice it. And so God invites us to involve Him in every nook and cranny of our lives, in the chaos, in raising our kids, in our marriages, in our finances, at our jobs, just doing all the things that we do every single day. So one of the ways that we can make sure that the noise of life doesn't dominate our lives altogether is to actually be intentional in the midst of the chaos to focus on God. Susanna Wesley, who had 19 children, 10 that survived past infanthood, and the most notable would be Charles and John Wesley, who actually founded the Methodist Church. She actually would sit in a rocking chair at a particular time in the day, pull her apron up over her head, and have quiet time with God right there in the midst of all the chaos. When we allow things to distract us and pull us away from God, and we're not intentional about making God the center of our lives, we become really reactionary. And the things around us, all of a sudden, well, they become dominant. They're the things that we focus on. So you can imagine if she was intentional in her life in the midst of the chaos with 10 children, many of them needing their diapers changed and fights to be broken up and food to be fed to them, and just all of the things that go on in a mother's day. If she is able to carve out time for God, we can... Hold on a second. Hello? Yeah, I'm recording a sermon on making sure that we have quiet time with God and that we don't allow the noise of the world to dominate us. Yeah, so can I call you back? Oh, it's emergency. What's going on? You got a new puppy? What kind? How old is he? You know what, I can stop for a while and I'll try to come over and see him. You just got him last night. All right. Well, yeah. Yeah, no problem. I can do this anytime. All right. See you. Bye. Okay. Now, where was I? So another way that you can go about making sure that God is priority in your life is by using that which oftentimes distracts us to help us focus on God. Technology tends to be a big force today. It can distract us and consume our time. And so one of my favorite websites to be able to use to read God's Word and to focus on Him is to use BibleGateway.com. So let me type that in here. Oh wait, hold on one second. I got to show you this. I saw this video. I think it's fairly new. Have you seen this?
Johnny bit me.
I love this part. I love this part.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie! Ow! Charlie, that really hurts.
He's a wisecracker, isn't he?
Charlie bit me. And that really hurt, Charlie, and it's still hurting.
I could watch that 100 times a day.
Now, what was I looking for? Bible Gateway, BibleGateway.com. Another thing to think about. Remember that the noise of life doesn't always come in the form of actual noise. It can be in the things that distract us, like our stuff, electronics, sporting gear, the latest toys and fashion. I mean, there's a lot of things that can vie for our attention, and we get distracted, and the noise of stuff ends up becoming our God. You know, everybody has their specific area of their life where they struggle the most in. And fortunately, I think this area, materialism, isn't my biggest problem. Although I will say, I do kind of wish I had another video camera. Actually, 3 cameras would be ideal, because then I could get 3 different camera angles at the same time. And ultimately, I think what would happen is I'd probably get more views on YouTube, and more people would be able to subscribe and like, and maybe more people would find out about God through them. I want to see how much. I mean, even if I just got another camera just like I have right now, so about $200. $200, and more people could learn about God. Yeah, so remember, materialism can be a noisy thing in your life that distracts you from being close to God. Oh boy. The disciples gathered around Jesus and reported to him all they had done and taught. Then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." So they went away by themselves in a boat to a solitary place.